Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are in Game 3. It is oGs.NaDa versus Liquid TLO. I am very excited to see what the ultimate result of this matchup will be. We're going to be finding out here in just a moment. But first, let's take a look. We have got Liquid TLO, our blue Terran, spawning in the north position, and our red Terran, oGs.NaDa, spawning in the west.
And this map, Terminus RE, one of the biggest maps in existence, perhaps second only to Tal the Remalt R. This does mean that we're going to see a little bit of an interesting situation for both these players in these positions. TLO is closer to the main of NaDa by air, but NaDa is closer to the expansions of TLO by air. So there's a lot of potential for drops going on, but it's going to depend on the timing of them for each of these players. TLO can be a little bit scarier in the early stages, NaDa a little bit scarier in the late stages.
Yeah, and we do not have a racks down yet for TLO. He is bringing his SCV into the main. NaDa already with his racks down. So what exactly is going on? Unless I am just blind as a bat day. Is he going to go again for another command center?
Looks like that might be exactly what we're going to see, and I really think that TLO is going to be quite happy to have seen that there is that refinery going down. That is a very clear indicator that there's going to be some sort of tech play going up by the opponent. And oh, look at TLO going for the early expand to the back door by the Rich Vespine Geyser. If you are in NaDa's shoes right now, you're going to be thinking, uh-oh, cheese incoming.
Well, the SCV is going to return back here. We got SCV from NaDa making his way in. And yeah, it's like, what's going on here? Let's check things out, and it'll be interesting to see what his path will be beyond here, obviously trying to find things out. We'll see this barracks over here, and maybe he'll just stop and say, oh, okay, barracks over here, but not likely. He will go down and see this command center as well. Second barracks going up there, so NaDa now has full disclosure here from TLO of exactly what is going on.
We do see that factory just now getting started by NaDa, and look at that rally point on that barracks for NaDa. He is just heading directly to his opponent's main. He has two Marines already headed in that direction, so it looks like he will be able to get there a little bit early, and uh-oh, there's the SCV from TLO. It is going to see those Marines. Let's see if TLO can defend this attack early enough.
Well, one Marine coming out of that first barracks. He's already queued up a second one as well. Knows this could be a dangerous situation. SCV does move forward, has a couple of SCVs here at the double racks that is somewhat walling himself off. He's going to go ahead and put down a bunker as well. And that first Marine's going to pop here in just a moment. SCV is going to go down. We're going to see SCV from Liquid TLO go down as well. And NaDa almost losing a Marine. It does look like TLO will be able to deflect that attack.
There's the orbital command down in the main, and now one heading down at the expansion. In the meantime, we see NaDa continuing to go for that very, very fast starport play, and I think that is going to be an absolute nightmare for TLO to defend. With himself being spread out so wide at the second base, he needs to have a number of turrets just to be able to hold that off, and here we see another small push from NaDa, but oh, TLO notices that his Marine count is actually low and picks off two for free.
Very nice. Good decision to be made there. We got some more Marines coming over as well as a Hellion. And the Hellion could sneak past here, but with that bunker filled with Marines, that'll be pretty good there for TLO to try to defend that. It may just be used to get some faster map control here and continue to watch these towers and have some sort of extra defense against them. Cloak is finally coming out this time for NaDa, and the first Banshee is being made. So, yeah, this is going to be pretty devastating here. We'll have to see how TLO is going to react to it. We do see the NG Bay is more than 50% done, so at least he's got that going for him.
And I'm still a little bit concerned, though, because, I mean, even the buildings themselves from TLO aren't tightly placed. This engineering bay, these two supply depots in the main, that's a lot of space that you have to cover with those turrets. And this is one of the biggest concerns that you're going to have on this map. And it looks like TLO throwing down one missile turret, but he is absolutely going to need another one at that second base to be able to keep it alive, as Stim for TLO has only just now started.
Yeah, we got that Banshee now moving out of NaDa's base. It's going to be heading on over from his base to that third with the Rich Vespine Geyser, just as Dave pointed out. And I just lost it. No, it's actually going to go around. So Marine is going to find it. Marine does see it and immediately, I think, turned around. He knows that this is coming. Does he have one missile turret at the main? And here come the Marines.
And it looks like, uh-oh, and there's the missile turret there. He doesn't quite have cloak yet. He is inches away from it, but look at that great control by NaDa picking those off. Interestingly, high-sec auto-tracking being researched. The plus range upgrade for the missile turrets popping down as we speak. TLO, again, having a little bit of misrally at his expansion. So there's a couple idle SCVs there, and there's the cloak. So TLO's going to have to be very, very careful. He can get picked apart by just a single Banshee, and there's the vulnerable supply depot placement costing him.
Yeah, and you know what? He is still several energy behind. We have another Banshee coming in to this expansion. He does have a single scan at his expansion, but where is he going to use it? In the main. It does look like he's going to float right over it, and there is the scan on the main, but he doesn't manage to take it out. Meanwhile, Banshee over on the other side is working on yet another supply depot, and this is not looking good here for TLO.
I mean, TLO does have that extra expansion up a little earlier, but look at NaDa double expanding with the advantage these Banshees are providing him. There's only 2 Banshees on this map thus far, but 6 kills on the one on the left and 8 at the one on the right. It has just now run out of scan. It looks like TLO is just mounting to do a huge attack now that his stim is wrapped up, and it looks like NaDa is going to have plenty to hold it off, but oh no, NaDa got himself supply blocked.
Uh-oh, this might not be good. 54-54. While TLO is going to be able to string out those units. Now, does he have siege yet? He does not. So this will be interesting as he's going to move forward. There is the stim very early. He wants to go after that army right away. And it is not looking good. No upgrades on either of those. Unfortunately, TLO just does not have the units. And the Banshees are just waiting to do more damage here. I'm worried that this might be the end for TLO.
TLO risked a lot in that attack. We know that these Banshees are still healthy and alive in his main. There's the stim to try to assault that Banshee, but look at NaDa's reaction time. Instantly pulls that back. NaDa playing right now at 271 APM, which in StarCraft terms is gigantic. There's the 15-kill Banshee in the main, still alive with 4 health remaining. Very, very painful for TLO at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really not even sure what exactly he is holding on for. Banshee's going to return back to base, get repaired up. Just taking a look at the income, 36-27. NaDa ahead by nearly 10 workers right now. But more importantly, has that third base up as well. It also morphing into an orbital, so having all those extra mules. And really just Marines at this point for TLO. Factory now going down. We are seeing +1 armor being developed by TLO as well, and NaDa's stim will be finishing soon. That could be where his timing hits. He's got plenty of tanks right now, and I think NaDa's going to be wanting to look for closure here. And
there's NaDa now finally getting to the 4 barracks count, getting a second factory. It looks like he is just waiting for those essential upgrades to finish. That stim is now getting close to done right now, and NaDa looks like he's getting a tech lab and another reactor. Going to play very patiently, going to take his time. We see TLO staking out that center Xel'Naga watchtower, trying to macro up as best he can, trying to flood with more SCVs, but man, NaDa is just very far ahead, and here comes a huge push from NaDa.
Yeah, we got tanks on the front line, not even going to need to siege up. We've got Marines moving in too. He could probably chase these guys all the way home. Scans to make sure that there's no reinforcing units. He will force the battle right here. TLO losing everything but 3 Marines, and GG goes out. Unfortunately, TLO falls, and NaDa looking pretty much as sharp as ever. NaDa from OGS does advance.
NaDa shows the advantage of strength and practice over creativity. I mean, really just exploiting that strategy that we saw TLO try to pull off in that last game, that early expand to the left. Those Banshees just picked those apart, really showing why the Banshees are one of the favorite units for Terrans to open with. So that does mean that we're going to be seeing a little bit of OGS.NaDa versus CAS in the round of 16.
Yeah, and then the other matchup, of course, Mondragon versus Cruncher, both offering some great opportunities for us to whiff our brackets again and enjoy some amazing StarCraft. But as I mentioned several times, Day, and I want to just mention it one more time, otherwise that one guy who shows up next week and he's like, dude, where's TSL? It's not going to be happening next week. There will be a break through MLG. It will resume the weekend of the 9th and the 10th. I hope my calendar in my head is right. But yes, the 9th and the 10th is when the TSL will be returning. So I had a great time today. Thanks for helping take me on this journey.
Oh, dude, as always, it is a gigantic pleasure casting with you. And I would just like to state that there are more pleasures to come in the future as we state the second round of the TSL's matchups, the round of 16. They are as follows. Tyler versus Thorzane. And then we have MC versus White Ra. Adele Scott versus QXC. Nada versus Koss. That is the upper bracket. Notice there are no Zergs left, so only Terrans and Protosses from the top, guaranteed to be at least, or no more than one Zerg in the final, I guess I want to say. In the bottom bracket, we have Sen versus Boxer, Maro versus Hesuabs, Goody versus Naniwa, and Cruncher versus Mondragon. A hell of a lineup for the coming weeks. So whatever you do, I would love it if you spent next weekend tuning into MLG, watching me and Wheat, and having your little brackets there, trying to rework them, see if there's any way that you can perhaps salvage your score in those contests. But most importantly, just fantasize about all the amazing action that you will definitely be guaranteed to have as we progress in those later rounds of the TSL.
Hell yes. So very excited. It'll be interesting to see who actually wins that bracket contest. Because I don't know how that's going to come out, but it is going to be LOL indeed. Big thanks to PokerStrategy.com. Don't forget to check out TeamLiquid.net/raffle. That's where you can find out all the information. They're raffling off a trip to Korea, people. If you're fans, if you're tuned in right here, there's no better place that you'd want to go check out. You can say that you have been to the mecca of StarCraft, and that is Korea. Meet all sorts of great people. Get some spending money as well. TeamLiquid.net/raffle. And then also big thanks to Glider for all those unbelievable portraits that he did and is still going to be doing throughout the competition as well. You can check out more from Glider on theportraitart.com. Don't forget, GSL World Championships are this weekday. You don't want to miss those. And VODs will be on YouTube.com/TeamLiquidNet. Also, Twitter, Team Liquid Net.
I also want to give a special shout out to the two men who are here every single TSL day that you never see, Hotbid and Rich, of course, the men who make the magic happen. We're just talking heads week, but they're the ones pressing the buttons so that you get the maximum TSL3 entertainment in your very own home. So huge shout out to those fine folks. And of course to you, Wheat, for being such a suave, smooth baller, and for casting per usual.
And, of course, to you. Don't forget, you can follow Day9 on Twitter at Day9TV. You can follow me on Twitter at DJ Wheat. And all of the other wonderful places that you can find us, Day, if you want to drop those now, you can. All right.
Just for me?
Wrap up.
Does that... Just go to day9tv.blip.tv or day9.tv. The important thing is that you keep watching the TSL.
That's right. We'll be back, not next week, but the week after. For next week, don't worry, there's still going to be StarCraft 2. Make sure that you're watching MLG Dallas. Day, I've had a great time. I think it's time to retire here on this Sunday afternoon. Still a few hours left to get some StarCraft 2 in, maybe play some Marvel vs. Capcom 3, maybe take a nap. I don't know. But one of those things is definitely on the agenda. Been a pleasure, pal. We'll see you next time, guys. Peace.
Ciao.